Good morning, Trojans and Lions. I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday so far. So yesterday for math, we learned about rows and columns and how rows and columns make arrays. Now, yesterday we practiced creating arrays with rows, say rows, and columns, say columns, in order to make the arrays, and we found the total of the array by making a repeated addition equation. Now today we're going to continue creating arrays with math drawings with rows and columns, but the only difference is that today we're also going to think about adding one more row and one less row to our drawings and how they're represented differently by our repeated addition sentences. All right, come on, let's go ahead and take a look.
Here I have drawn 4 columns of 2 X's in each column. You can see that each column is equal to each other. So we have 4 columns with 2 X's in each column. Now, the columns are separated by a vertical line to make them into groups. All columns together make the array. Now, I want you to think, Trojans and Lions, how can we find the total, all of them all together, number of X's in the array? What can we do to find the total of the whole array? We can add 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, which it gives us 8 total. We used a repeated addition sentence, say repeated addition sentence, to find the total of X's. Now, in that array, we had 4 columns. There were 2 X's in each column. And to find the total number of X's in the array, we had to add each one of the columns. There's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, and that gave us a total of 8 X's in the array. Now, we're going to look at one more array. This array is going to have one more column than the array we drew before. Now, in the array from before, remember we had 4 columns. Now we're going to add one more column to that array. How many columns do you think we're going to have now? That's right, we're going to have 5 columns total. Each column is going to have 2 X's. Let's take a look at what that looks like. We added one more column to this array. So now we have 5 columns. Each column has 2 X's. How can we find the total number of X's in this array? Yes, we can do a repeated addition sentence. We can add 2 X's plus 2 X's plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 gives us 10. So in other words, this means we have 5 columns of 2. Now, Trojans and Lions, it's your turn to practice on the Google Slides. So the next slide will have one problem you can practice of creating an array with X's, and then it's going to ask you to represent the total number of X's with a repeated addition sentence. The following slide will ask you to draw one more row than slide number 8. And finally, the last problem that you need to practice is going to have you take away one row from slide number 8. Let's see what that looks like in the slides, okay? So remember, Trojans and Lions, you're going to look at the video that should be right here, and then you're going to go to your practice. Now remember, you need to scroll if you can't see the X's. Now it says create an array of X's with 4 rows of 3. Here are your X's. Here are your horizontal lines for your rows. You're going to create 4 rows of 3 right in here. Then you're going to do your repeated addition sentence. When you're done with that one, you're going to go to the next one. This time it says create an array of X's with 1 more row of 3 than the array in slide 8. What does that mean? So 1 more row of 3 than the array in slide 8. Okay, well, if I go back to here, this is slide 8. Oh yeah, this one told me to do 4 rows. So now this one is asking me to do 1 more row than that one. Okay, I think I get that. Now finally, slide number 10 is telling you have to do 1 less row than slide number 8. If I had 4 rows in slide number 8, I have to do 1 less than that in this slide. All right, I think you can do it. Finally, when you're done with all of those 3 practice problems, make sure you complete your exit ticket and you go to Zearn to practice. All right, children and lions, let's have a terrific Tuesday. We'll see you soon.